Hello, this is RC Wisdom. My name's Diane. I appreciate you coming by. Today, I'm going to answer some questions from viewers. I'm also going to look into the energy for this summer, starting this month, which is May. Somebody asked about if Barron Trump was thinking about changing his name to take on his mom's name. I never even thought of that. Russia, are they going to move into Europe? Bird flu virus. Will Trump ever go to jail? Is the EU going to collapse? Somebody had a question about that. And India, China, and Russia are combining their forces. I think it's called BRICS. And I'm going to look into that. And also just the energies of this summer. So kind of a lot there. All right, let's get going. My hair, I see it in the last section. I look a little crazy. Before I forget, please subscribe, like, share. I love it if you did. And I'm going to pull cards, but at the same time, I may find that I need to go in a slight meditation just to kind of get the energy. That's what I do. I kind of go into different realms. So, Barron Trump, he changed his name. I think he's just barely 18, graduating high school. I don't know if he's a Gemini like his dad, or his mom's a Taurus, I think. No, he's not going to. I don't need to pull any cards. I don't see that happening. I don't think at the moment he feels it's that detrimental. Plus, he doesn't understand. I don't think his mother. I don't think so. Okay, let's look into this bird flu virus situation. People saying that it's not affecting us just yet. And someone said it may be worse than COVID. It contained. People are rushing around trying to manage it. I do see a little wall. Gosh. At first I thought, no, I don't feel like it's getting over the wall and going into humans. Let me pull some cards. Oh, this one wanted to come out. King of Cups and Three of Coins. There's a lot of money at stake. And a lot of people are concerned. And the Three of Coins is about, having this group effort. But I also see these, I don't know what these cards have like storylines to them each. But I see those little devil cards, and I want that devil. It's Nepal myth. 3 coins represent learning from one another. The fierce Banjhakri and Banjhakrini teach their apprentice how to become a shaman. They are demanding teachers, but their student is dedicated. All 3 put in hard work that pays off with the success of the new generation. Yeah, so I feel like everybody's working together. That's the energy I felt. Will it? What about this one? I feel like this and 10 of Cups. I think they're going to keep it contained. I don't see it breaking out. That's good. Right now, time is a funny thing. Virus is a funny thing. Goes everywhere it wants to go. I don't think it's getting out right now. Will Trump ever go to jail? No, I don't think he'll ever go to jail. Like kind of jail that anybody else would go to, or even the high-end fancy jail. I've said this before. He's at the end of this, by the end, May and June, he's going to feel better. Right now he's annoyed, but he'll feel better. Feel like he's going to get away from any big drama, and then he'll get the nomination, GOP convention. But then starting in the fall, September, October. Yeah, my brother called. Needed some chat time with me. Oh my gosh, my hair. Okay. Will Trump go to jail? No, I think I saw that already. But I do think he is going to, in the fall, go through this. It's going to be bad in the fall for him. September, October. Jack Smith is going to put his wall around the election. Even though there may not be a trial, something's going to happen. I just know it. I feel it. And it's going to be awesome because he won't be able to, and they're going to come up with some sort of nomination process. Abby, you okay? They're going to come up with some sort of nomination process for the Republican Party because he will be found that he won't be able to be president, and it's going to be really confusing. They're going to have a separate election thing. Okay. No, he's not going to jail. May even be house arrest at some point, but I don't even see that. Is the EU going to collapse? European Union. Are they going to collapse? No, I do see things, or certain countries coming and going. Oh, sorry. Right now, no. I don't see it collapsing. Nothing's going to go that far, that bad. Somebody asked if Russia will move into Europe. I think if they could, they would. Putin would take them there, would roll the tanks over Poland just like the old days. Russia won't move into Europe. I do think there's a lot of spying going on. There's a lot of infiltration of corrupt officials. Their tentacles are places. A lot. I think even in the countries, well, I know, and even in the U.S., there's some corruption, some Russian infiltration. But I don't think they'll ever stop. They will just keep going. Now that this BRICS is Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, Ethiopia, Egypt, quite a few countries. And they're trying to create this larger trade association because many of those are questionably, their governments are questionable. Anyway, UAE, I know we do trading with. Anyway, the point is, BRICS, it'll continue to grow actually. Well, no, I changed my mind. It's waning. I think once Putin is gone, this energy for that particular group is gone. And I think actually what's going to happen, I see it changing, morphing into another type of organization where China is the head of it, kind of, or they call the shots more. Because I think Russia will lay back a little bit. They won't be that superpower as they once were. China and India will be the two, but China for sure. And it's going to be transformed from the BRICS, or maybe whatever it is now won't last completely the way it is now. They'll come up with another trade where China will get the greater benefits from being part of that organization. All right. And China for sure will be the next superpower. India is growing rapidly, and I see them growing too. Not as big as China, but I do think they will. Well, it's kind of vague. Pakistan. Somebody asked me about Pakistan. See, Indian shoved the whole, the country of it, where it pushed all those mountain range. Is that the Himalayas? Anyway, Pakistan. Not good. I feel like there's terrorists there. I sense there's darkness underneath the soil. I feel like it may not be tunnels per se, but I do feel like there's a deep world of corrupt officials, people being paid off. It seems like it's based on corruption. I'm sure there's good people there. I'm not saying there's not, but the government and how it's managed, not good. And I feel they harbor terrorists. That's what I'm going to say. And they work with other nefarious countries. Iran. And it looks like, oh no, we're doing the democratic parliamentary kind of, it's very, very corrupt. That's the feeling I get. This is entertainment only. That's what I'm telling you. My musings, my meditative musings or mystical musings. Pakistan, I already did. Okay, so let's just look at May for the U.S. May for the U.S. There's going to be more protests, and actually it's contagious. They're all growing all over the world, these protests. I know there's some even in the campuses in Canada, and I think they're going to get more and more violent. I shouldn't say violent. They're going to get more and more intense, which in turn, there'll be some pop-out violent activities from them. And people are going to use it that are from terrorist organizations like Hamas that are going to promote that. I'm sure they are already, but it's going to get more and more all over the world, and it's going to use it as a guise, the protests. And I honestly think even after Israel, after this Gaza, which won't be for a while, the Gaza war will be over, I think it's going to build a network wherever they can pretend that they're protesting, but in reality, these groups are harboring terrorists all over the world. I'm not saying here as well. I mean, here, Canada and U.S. It's happening. Yeah, fun times. Okay, so the protests were going. And I think people around the world, and tell me if I'm wrong, I feel like they're really waiting to hear how we do in this election and our country does with the democracy, and if we can keep it, going without falling apart and going to socialism, or on the other end, fascism, or, a lot of countries are looking at us. And I know we're a huge superpower. We're the biggest superpower. And we do. So that's okay. We're May. Why do I see an apple at the end of the month? Typical crime, extra violence. I feel like there's some just in the States. I see some like domestic terrorism. Not necessarily related to politics, just racial. There's some racial things going on. Somebody's gonna, I feel like it might be Texas, Oklahoma, Southeast Alabama, Mississippi, that way. Racism. Or Colorado. Somewhere kind of south or southwest. It kind of reminds me of that El Paso shooting at Walmart. That's what I'm feeling. Or that Uvalde, although that one, I don't know exactly what its purpose was, but the Walmart one, I think I know. It was racist, and that's why I feel like it's going to happen again. Or that one at the grocery store in, don't remember. They went into a grocery store and killed, I think, mostly black people because it's the demographic up there. Yeah, I just feel like permission granted, and the energy for this summer is getting so intense. And people will take it upon themselves. Again, I'm even seeing the guy Las Vegas shooting with that country festival, country music festival. That guy shot from the, I'm getting all those hits of all those different shootings. And, geez, people, tolerance, come on. So I see that, unfortunately. Youth. I always think the youth is going to save us. I feel like the youth, there is some organizations, young people that, like I'm seeing science fairs or something like that, where young people are creating new ways to look at, they're creatively solving problems. That's just what the youth does because they think different. They're not stuck in their old ways. So I see that. I don't know if it's AI or something like that, where they're using different technologies. And it's huge. It's huge. And it's at the beginning stages. It's going to solve a big problem. Maybe medical. But I don't think so. I think it's something like with technologies and computers and how we use them. And, maybe it's protecting or finding the truth, like how to find out if something is AI or not, or how do you prove something is real or not, fake stuff. There's something like that. And I know there's already talk of like social media, maybe putting something on each picture saying this is AI generated or it's fake. In fact, when I even do my videos, I have to say if there's any part of it that's generated, that's not real. But I'm sure some people that have goals that are not pure wouldn't do that. Yeah, I do see something, young people, like high school students or college students, they're coming up with this, and it's going to be really big. And it's easy, something easy. They come up with it. Anyway, I think that's it. May is transition month, I think, to summer. And Trump is going to stay in trial for at least 2 more weeks, I think. And we will get through this as a country that just energy is really high. Let's all say a prayer for peace all over the world, in Ukraine, Russia. Yeah, even in any place that is really struggling, that, send love and peace. Elevate. Okay, till next time, people. Thank you.